Welcome to my talk. The earth and you are Ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. Aloha. I can't believe it. You're not going to believe what happened today when I went to YouTube with my original Google account. By the way, it's April 12th, 2025. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's always something to talk. It's just fucking just continuous, for God's sakes. But this happened. Okay, wait. Yeah, that happened. Wait, this happened. This is the original Monotalk account. That is back up. I won my appeal. There's Stevie with Redneck Economics. There's some stuff with me and my son building a skateboard. Me and my mom at the casino. Oh, what's this right here? What is this? What is this? There's me on a skateboard.
Yeah. You're gonna start to pick up speed.
God, how long ago was that? Wow. That's wild. We were testing out the skateboard. That was... How long ago was that? That was... God, a long time ago. Let me just see here. All right. Okay, I'm on there. That's good. Let's see if I'm up on my other old channel. Here's my old channel. Here's the other channel. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. I think I'm up on that one too. What's her face? Good stuff. There's a lot of all kinds of information on YouTube. And it seems they're being a little more laxed about a lot of things. Politics, Trump stuff, Corona stuff, pandemic stuff, just you name it, all kinds of stuff. I'm back up. It's cool. So if you're paying attention, if you're getting this, hey Cheryl, how are you? If you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you the link. If you're in here and I know who you are and you've been here before, you're welcome to come on. Of course, Cheryl's always a wonderful guest. She's got some really good content, lots of stuff we talk about. Snork's out there too. Hopefully he'll swing on by. And whoever else, if you want to come on here, and this is the way it is, the way it's always been with Monotalk, it's a great place to vent. It's a great place to vent. And the reason is there's a lot of people out there that just, they want to get it out, right? Right now it's showing on my old YouTube, I have 391 subscribers. I think before I left, I was just under 600. Of course, a lot of people, channels have gone. It's been 4 years. It's been freaking 4 years. No, but I will. Give me a second. I'll do it right now. But what's really interesting is, I've had my YouTube channel. I have an actual, I gotta show you this one. Is it in videos or home? Or maybe it's live? Let me go to this real quick so I can show you kind of what's going on here. I have a video that was huge at the time. And it is just too many buttons. Where is it? Way down here somewhere. Let's see. There's Stevie and I and Snork were on with Slow News 8. That was awkward. That was an awkward because Snork really didn't know what was going on, what we were talking about, and just didn't settle well with Steve and Glory. Let me see here. Good people, though. Good people. Paying attention. I haven't seen Glory in a while. What's she doing? Is she okay? Let me see what else. Let's see if I got how far back I can go. This is nuts. Oh, here, right here. COVID-19 man-made. Look at that. That's Luc Montagnier, who said that what he said was interesting because it was being interviewed in France, I think, because he's won the Nobel Prize. And they asked him about the blueprint that the World Health Organization sent out about the fluvid-19. And he goes, first of all, a 12-year-old could make this. I mean, they just put a bunch of stuff together. But if this is accurate, there's no way this spike protein can be, it's not a natural occurrence. It has to be physically placed in that cell or however it's made. So he basically said it was man-made. So I think and I clarified that 4 years ago. Let me see how far back I can go here. Yeah, I had an inclination 5 years ago, back in early 2020, I was alerting people. Really graceful, does a great show, and she was telling everybody, in late 2019, a bunch of CEOs, like a plethora of just tons of CEOs and presidents of companies, et cetera, et cetera. It was like a mass exodus. It was a CEO exodus. And I looked into it, and yeah, she was right. There was a bunch of CEOs. It happened right after Event 201, and that's what I had indicated was basically, dark winter and all these other things that have happened in the past with plagues and pandemics and stuff. That was basically the proposal to a lot of leaders. Some jumped aboard for the COVID thing, and some didn't. And that's what I was indicating to a lot of people. And then, they started shutting my show down. I created some other channels. This is my 5th channel. The one I'm on now that I'm showing you was my first. But I had indicated many times that there was something really going on. I also talked about how Bernie is recessing. Seriously, he's just shit. He stabbed everybody. And this is about Iowa and these. Anyway, but I really started questioning it. Let me see, 5 years. What date is this here? Let me see if I go back even further. Nope, I don't. When was this date? See if I can. What's this button do? Oh, see, I can download you guys can download my videos, I think, now. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Mana Talk. My show is about saving the planet and all of its inhabitants. That's what it's kind of still that way. That's I care about the planet and I care about everybody on it. It's just the way I am. Freeze the car. That's the guy who was just a piece of shit. Anyway. I'm going to go back to here. Playlist. That was But anyway, I'm trying to get to this one video. Oh, there it is. 14 years ago. This one is 14 years ago. And it was the reason why Dylan Ratigan
We want our lives back, and we want our FICOs back, you sons of a bitches. Here is why.
This is how he explained the crash, or actually it was presented to everybody as a banking crash. AIG, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, the housing crisis back in 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009. And it was a scam. And I pointed it out, and Dylan Radigan clarified it. And this is 14 years ago. Right? And if you want to look at that, you can see, see if he gets into it here.
Bad car on behalf of my client and sell it to people like you who are watching this TV show, but I'm not going to tell you what I did to the car. So I've got a shiny red Ferrari right here. It looks lovely. I've designed it with my friend. Here's the key thing. In order for you to buy this, in order for me to know that it's going to blow up and then bet on it, I have to reach into the back here real quick and hand pick how it's constructed. So I'm going to take the engine part out here. There's one other one here. That's fine. And I'm not going to actually tell you. Hang on, let me just cover that up. I've got some friends in government. They won't mind. And now I sell you what appears to be a perfectly good car. As I sell it to you, and I've manufactured the car, mind you, I then bet that the car will crash. It does because it has been screwed with by me. When it hits the wall, I rake in the dough not only from selling the car, but from the insurance bet that I made that the car will crash at the time that I sold it to you. I, as the car salesman, get paid twice, once when I sell it, again when it crashes, on the insurance policy. Goldman Sachs, in their case, they get the money from selling the car, and then they bought the insurance. You're going to love this. They bought the insurance from AIG. Remember them? And AIG, remember, didn't have the money to pay up those bets on all these cars that Goldman was betting were going to crash. That's why you, the taxpayer, ponied up $173 billion to pay out the bets that AIG was taking.
Bush and Obama were in on bailing out the banks. You guys remember the bailing out the banks? All right, Cheryl, I'm sending in Facebook the link. I'll actually send it to Snork too. Here. Yeah. By the let me see if I think I'm on. Am I on my Facebook account too? Let me see. No. Yes. No. No. I thought I set it up on there. I guess I didn't. Let me refresh it and see if it comes up. It might. It might. I don't know if I set it up right. I was on with Layla. She's a doctor or something. She's got her master's in health and all that other stuff. Let me see. Oh, what's this? This is going to be a good. Wait a second. I want to play this. I think I saw this. This is funny. Hang on. Let me center it so you can get the full effect. This is fucking awesome. Right? Hey. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right. Turn up. Here we go. Ready?
Hi, MAGA friend. I hope you're doing okay today. Just a quick reminder of something I know you know in your heart. Your news sources are lying to you, and MAGA is a cult.
Okay.
You are welcome to rejoin the rest of us in the real world anytime you want to come back. Be well. It's a cult. You are welcome to rejoin the rest of us in the You are welcome to rejoin the rest of us in the real world anytime you want to come back. Be well. Hi, MAGA friend.
Oh my God. Okay. No. Shit, man. Shit. Okay, so my channel's back. That's great. I was gonna sue them. I might still. I'm not sure. If they can just tolerate me, just a little bit longer, hopefully. No, bro. No, bro, man, male person. No, we're not gonna jump into your delusional, insane asylum world. It's not gonna happen. Just let you know. I mean, enjoy. Do whatever you want to do. Just keep the kids out of it. That's all we're fucking asking, all right? Just keep the kids out of it. Cross-dress all you want and whatever you want to do. Anyway, let me see. No, I'm not sure. Oh, there's me and my daughter. That was when was that? Back in April of 2016. Wow. When I had a little bit darker hair. And she's gorgeous, of course. All my daughters are gorgeous. Yeah. I'm the dad. Let me see. Oh, what this? AOC has no excuse for why her family has been cashing her dead grandmother's Social Security checks for a decade and a half. So for a decade and a half, they've been cashing her check. And then I guess what she said was, we must have just overlooked it. So you don't cash it? How to wait? Huh? How the fuck? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if that's real. It just came out. I think this is from Instagram. I'm not real. I think so. But it sounds kind of right so far. Well, we'll see. Really? A smart man like you believes this bullshit? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am a smart guy, Mark Vogel. Well, no. I don't like to say that. The guy that says he knows everything doesn't know. He just doesn't know. And I don't know. So my goal has always been to learn more and get more. That's my goal. But anyway, I sent you the invite, Cheryl. Oh, this is really good here. Maybe we should do this.
The CEO of American Heart Association makes $4 million a year, with close to $1 billion in revenue, where 50% of their revenue is going to employee compensation. Now, I'm going to show you the history of the American Heart Association. This is going to blow your mind. It all started with the propaganda against saturated fat. The 1961 American Heart Association advice to limit saturated fat is arguably the single most influential nutrition policy ever published. Now, this is the part where it gets crazy. The American Heart Association had received the equivalent of $20 million in today's dollars from Procter & Gamble, the makers of Crisco oil. That donation from Procter & Gamble.
Okay, that's all you need to know. I think the guy pretty much spelled it out, and you can figure it out for yourself. I've always said, once I learned more about tallow and tallow, lard, in comparison to seed oil or stuff they used to use in machine shops to cool metal as it's being carved or shaved by other stronger metals, a lubricant. Yeah, that stuff is poison. And I've tried to tell people, I think I've kind of known this for like 2021 is when 2020, I started just questioning everything. I mean, if you go into my YouTube and the links in the description or the comments below, and just go through my old YouTube, you can see before pretty much everyone that I associated with was bringing up some very important points, and I was speculating, I was surmising, I was making assumptions. But the weird thing about it, the very odd and most interesting thing about everything that I posted in 2020 regarding the fluvid-19 is I was right. Now, I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know everything. But the dots were so easy to connect. The dots were just easy to freaking connect. I was like, come on, man. I mean, it was so in your face on how everything was set up. The fluvid-19 helped November 2020. It helped everything. It helped this illegitimate administration, which you're going to find out very soon was and is. It's coming. It's coming because Tulsi she's the director of national intelligence. And I'm telling you now, and Elon Musk caught the Demoncrats trying to delete pretty much everything. So what they didn't know is how computers work, and a lot of that information didn't really get deleted. Emails, data, conversations, maybe texts. There's probably a plethora of just a fucking an almanac of shit, I'm thinking. And they've got to siphon through it. And a lot of people are getting kind of restless out there. MAGA's getting restless. Maha's getting restless. Masa, Make America Safe Again, getting restless. And a lot of independents like myself, we're getting restless. I want to see what the fuck's going on. I want to see what the fuck is up. You know, and we want to see congressional members for their participation in a lot of treasonous activities that I've shown and proved many, many times over on Montauk. I want to see these guys, you know, in an actual court of law. I can give a fuck about congressional hearings. I really am sick of those. As I've always said, they're just dog and fucking pony shows. It's all congressional hearings are basically posturing. It's just posturing. It's just, you know, because it's about that particular party getting their sound bites or their video bites, their sizzle reels. You know, oh, we got him, and then the other side says we got him. No, you get them when you take them in a fucking real court with a real jury and a real prosecution. You know, allegations, whatever. You set up the charges. This is what we're charging you against. Now you have to defend yourself because we have everything set up. And here's what a lot of people are concerned about. That they're not going to do it. That they're making backroom deals. Because in the past, and we've seen this many times in the past, that they won't fully expose somebody because they may have information that can help them, or maybe they could vote in a certain way congressionally that will help the other side. And it's the duopoly thing, back and forth, like a fucking, it's like a continuous ping pong match, tennis match. And you're just like, fuck, you know. But in this particular situation, with Tulsi now saying that they've found some very damning and viable information in regards to 2020. I mean, just look at the J6 videos. I've posted them many, many, many times. You can probably go through this actual account and see a bunch of that in there that I brought up. This YouTube account. Not this other one. This one right here. Where is she? Not this one over here. Not this one. Well, maybe there are some in here too. I'm pretty, there might be some in there too. But the thing is it's not an overnight process. You just gotta be just a little more patient. My hope is, this is my hope, is that, like I've said, the hammer of justice is strong, meaning that they have a strong case. They have verifiable, unequivocal proof, just absolute, undeniable proof of certain criminal activities that happened. Whether it's fraud, whether it's coercion, whether it's grifting, whether it's money laundering, whether it's blackmail. Who fucking knows? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that I've seen that definitely leans in those directions. So, and with that being the case, they've got to make sure that when they do swing that hammer, it's not going to break when it hits the gavel. That's it. It's got to be strong. You know, guilty. Boom. So give it a little time. They got to, one by one. I really think that. I think they're probably going to go after Schiff first, but maybe not. And again, back to the deals. I don't want any more deals. We don't want any more. If the Republican Party starts doing this political leverage thing, which I'm kind of alluding to, I'm concerned about it, because I don't want them around anymore. The Democratic Party is just a sick bunch of fucking crazies. I just showed you what they look like. I just showed you, and they want you to come and hang out with them. But you're a cult. Namaste. And my refrigerator, right? My refrigerator. Here's my grapes. I always have grapes or some kind of fruit or something when I'm hanging out. My grapes are like not frozen, but squishy frozen. I hate when that happens. Oh, it's so good. It's just kind of like eating grape ice cream. Not a bad idea. Oh man, this is small right here. I gotta make this a little bigger so people can see what's going on. I'm just saying. Let me just see what else I got. I can go through my Facebook. I'll just do that. I'll just do a couple more Facebooks. I'm going to take a quick break and then I'm going to come back. But I just want to let everybody know I'm back. And I'm going to say this. There are some people out there that I'm sure, and I think Dave, I forgot Dave's last name. I know he was Sussex, New York. He got pissed at me because I was, questioning authority and its sources at every turn, which I try to do my best of, and chickadee checking myself before I wreck myself when it comes to my content. And I was saying, hey man, I don't think it's a good idea to take that fucking thing in your arm. And I was trying to tell him that back in 2020, 2021. But he did it, right? Independent outsider. That's who it was. I miss that guy. We had some great conversations. I hope he's okay now. I pray that a lot of you, right? I pray to God, Jesus, the universe, everything, Mana, that you were smart enough to listen, or just crack the door, peek through the window, and pay attention to a little bit of the Mana talk. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and share. Leave a comment if you have any questions, if you don't like what I'm talking about, or whatever. And be somewhat respectful. Try to be a little bit professional. You don't have to be. Say what you want to say, and then I'll comment if I can. And I usually do because I don't have like a bazillion people, but 391 out of the over 547 I think I had when I first got when I first got Orwellian, tyrannical, authoritarian community guideline to death by YouTube, I had over 500. I know I had over 500. But here I am, and I'm glad. Well, all I got to say is I hope that you've been kind of paying attention over the years, and that you haven't taken that thing. If you did, I tried to warn Jimmy Dore. He took it twice. Oh, there's Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl's here. I was going to... Cheryl, give me a second. Let me just do something real fast. When you come on, your phone number comes up, and I got to put something different. So just give me a second. Because I don't want people to know your phone number. So I'm not... Okay, so now... Let's do a mic check. Make sure you're good. Are you good, Cheryl?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I can hear you good. You're good. All right. Welcome. Welcome to the original Monotalk. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, this is the original?
This is the original. I won my appeal.
Oh, that's great.
That's good. Well, this is what I think would happen. Trump's in office. That's what I think would happen. If Trump wasn't in office and the authoritarianism and the censorship was still going, I probably wouldn't be on now, even with all my channels. But the channel that you've been on recently was my 5th channel. This is my first Monotalk channel.
Your original channel.
The original channel.
All of us are going there. Wee hours in the morning.
Man, we were. I mean, I was working too. I've always been working, but there were times when we were like 3, 4. I think one time we did a show till like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was
and
starting to get daylight.
It was starting to get daylight, but we had so much to talk about. Everybody was venting. People were discussing. A little debate here, a little bit of Kevin there. All kinds of weird stuff was happening. But it was fun to come to. It was really fun, and and I'm glad that we were able to do that. So how have you been? It's been a month or so since you've been on. How have you been?
I've been okay working, doing overtime and stuff.
Good. Yeah, I'm getting hours too.
And I've been watching that ratchet Jasmine Crockett. She is so ratchet. And ghetto is not funny.
Yeah. They're investigating her.
They are. Did you see the guy? You try to interview the guy that's running against her. He went to the old. He got money from old folks. What was it? $806,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went to the couple. He interviewed them, and she said he asked, "Did you donate $16,000?" I said, "No, I ain't donate that kind of money." O'Keefe did that last year. He had some people going around, and they said, "Well, did you donate this certain amount of money to Act Blue?" They said no. So where they getting this money from?
She doesn't make that much, by the way. She's gotten.
No, she makes. And what she make? I think $100,000. She only been there 2 years.
$174.
$9 million.
Yeah, and now she's worth like $20 million over just a few years. Well, the fuck did that happen?
They say $9 million.
Oh, $9 million. Well, anyway, still a lot.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
And Ocasio-Cortez, she ain't had no money. I wonder what her worth is.
Oh yeah, there's so many, and there are a few also on the Republican side. I'm just letting you know.
They say no. Elon said there's a couple of them, but it's majorly the Democrats.
Yeah, there's a few. Like what's the guy with the eye patch?
That dude, I can't stand him.
Crenshaw. Yeah, Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't stand him.
Actually, Major Marjorie Taylor Greene was doing some of that, and then she stopped. The one person that's totally clean is Matt Gaetz. He never touches that, and I just dig Matt Gaetz. He's awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of it. I mean, the list is huge in regards to Democrats. It's huge.
And I wonder about Rand Paul want to stop these tariffs. You want to stop them because you're getting some money out of this crap.
Oh, that's how obvious is that?
He ain't nothing like his father.
Yeah, nothing like it. And we've talked about that in the past too. We've talked about that. Yeah, it's totally crazy because I'm seeing when I saw Rand Paul and his argument, I'm like, everything you're saying, and I could probably play it, but he's kind of long-winded. But he's just against the tariff. So I think one of the words he brought up was, "We can't function." And when I'm saying we, who are you talking about? We, like you and other countries, or just
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. It's like he's losing money in some way or some way, shape, or form. That's it. That's basically what's happening. But the tariffs.
Donald Trump.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I had watched him, and he said, "You know what?" He was talking about the tariffs. He said in 1920s and 1950s, we weren't paying the income tax. We had tariffs that helped to keep the country running.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, how are you gonna take away the income tax? We're not supposed to pay taxes.
It's pretty simple to me.
Isn't that what we fight to put the British over? No taxation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the sugar daddy of the world we've been, and all that money we're finding out, and it's coming out soon. Just letting you know. And remember, I said this.
Yeah, Elon said that.
Yeah,
he said it's a long list.
It's a long list of a lot of people that
handcuffs should be put on and put in jail.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Because they would do that to us if we did it.
Oh, they would have done it. Doors would have been broken down a long time ago. But see, what I was explaining earlier, I don't know if you heard this, but like I said, the hammer of justice needs to be strong when it hits the gavel. If they don't have everything, they want to make sure with the data, with the emails, with the documentations, with the videos, whatever they have, they want to make sure they have everything they can to make sure there's that gavel comes down strong and solid and complete to a conviction.
And I hope they find something from Ukraine, because all the money they send over there, it recycle back to them down there in Washington.
That's coming too. That's coming too. It's all going to come out. You know, like I said, and I've been telling everybody, if the Democratic Party actually still exists in 2026, I'll be surprised as hell. Actually, I'll be very disappointed. Because if Trump...
They say AOC can beat Schumer for his seat. No, y'all going to put her in there. I have to ask if it works. Y'all be cheating to get back in.
Told she just exposed that 2020 and a lot of voting, ballot, Dominion machine, hackable, traceable things have been happening. And they're building that case as well. I think I alluded to this. Actually, I proved in many, not to brag. Anyway, I proved that that COVID gave these cheaters, these riggers, these criminals time to manipulate these ballots. And that was part of why they did that. Why that came out.
But Trump has some watermark.
Yeah.
And the Brunson case in the Supreme Court, they already made a decision on. They waiting the time to tell about the 2020 election.
Yeah.
You know the Brunson case?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They made a decision. They just waiting for the right time to come out and tell it. So Trump want to expose everything.
Do you remember? And I also brought up in a few of my shows, which I think are on here on my original Montauk channel, Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell. They had Stop the Steal going.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened was, back in November of 2020, Rudy Giuliani attempts to sow chaos on behalf of Trump. Right. And then here, September. Stop the Steal examines Trump's attempt to subvert. Oh, this is interesting. This is 2024. And, I mean, this is Los Angeles Times, which is New York Times. That's the same. They're the same. NPR talked about it back in 2024. It's going to come back. It's just going to come back. All that information's coming back. Stop the Steal's coming back. Stop the Steal has moved beyond Trump. This is 2022. Election official who tried to prove Stop the Steal. Who knows? Maybe died. I don't know. Let me see. Peter's County Clerk recorders was indicated earlier the year for among things.
Did Giuliani have to turn over his law license?
Yes. So they also yeah.
That's
yes.
damn shame.
It's all that stuff is going to turn around because they stopped the Steal, and I was watching it because I was hoping that Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani were going to be able to continue, but they were on Fox and they were on whoever every day throwing up more and more information, and it was getting bad. So the illegitimate Biden administration decides to send out their woke FBI attack dogs. And they took laptops and stuff like that. Now, if you're smart and you're an attorney, or anybody within the past 10 years, if you're smart 10 or 15 years, if you have something that's of value or that could, put somebody in prison, you're going to keep a copy. So I'm pretty sure there's some copies out there. I think there was a really good example of this. The guy that had Hunter Biden's laptop is still alive. And the reason why he's still alive is because there was an interview that he said that somebody asked him, do you have a copy? And I go, I can't say, but I'm still here. That's what he said. And I go, booyah, because he still has. So the thing is If he has a copy of that hard drive, and somebody comes after him and he's dead, he knows it'll be released to the world. And I'm very sure that the new, actual, real, genuine, ethical Trump administration has access to that, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. And I don't know if they're going to bring it up, but you and I talked about the Anthony Weiner laptop shit and Huma and all that fucking shit.
That was disgusting. I think the officers that saw that, a couple of them committed suicide behind that in New York.
No, they didn't commit suicide.
New York,
they're just body bags. Those were Hillary's collection of bags. Those are Hillary's collection of black bags. That's all. There's going to be so much that's going to freak people out, and all you're going to hear from a lot of people that are, deeply psychotically, what do they call it, conditioned, or, when you're indoctrinated so much, they're not going to want to listen or see the evidence. They're not.
Oh, they can't be helped. They can't be helped.
They're done.
They're gone. That's Trump. They would they label Trump derangement syndrome a disease, because it is.
It is. It's pretty.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, and it's also. It's so obvious. I mean, I show this. I don't know if you see. Are you able to see your YouTube? Let me just share this.
I'm going to walk over to the computer.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, I can show you this. This is who we're dealing with now. This is all that's left of the Democratic Party. I'm telling you, there's maybe 28 to maybe 30% of them left. The rest of them are just don't know what the fuck to do.
I saw this person before.
Yeah. So this,
Hi, MAGA friend. I hope you're doing okay today. Just a quick reminder of something I know you know in your heart. Your news sources are lying to you, and MAGA is a cult. You are welcome to rejoin the rest of us in the real world anytime you want to come back. Be well. Hi.
That's all that's left. I mean, I'm concerned about. I mean, I've got people I've got 3,400 something Facebook friends. I was close to having 5,000, and then I started to question authority and the Russia collusion stuff, and I started leaning more towards Trump, and started to understanding why they started to turn on this guy as soon as he put his name in the hat to run, because they didn't want somebody.
From the beginning, because all the people loved him. He come on the View. Oh, you're so wonderful. You're a businessman and yada yada yada. And then all of a sudden he's racist because he ran for president.
Yeah,
you got to be kidding me.
I know, it's just so obvious. It was so obvious. So now that I'm where I'm at, I've lost a few Democratic friends, and these are probably some of them that look like this fucking crazy nutball. It's just crazy, and they still come on my Facebook and say, "Oh, you're an idiot, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi." I'm like, okay, are you talking about the guy that held up the American flag during my boot camp ceremony around with the other 50 states flying around me? That's very proud to be American, that flies a flag in front of my house all the fucking time. Is that guy, that Nazi guy? Is that who you're talking about? You know? I mean, you can't get more American than me. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
Did you see when Nolan, what's her name? Nolan was in front of that prison? They were on top of each other. They looked like they're standing on top of each other in that cell. What was like hundreds of them in El Salvador?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Trump said he might send some of our criminals down there.
Well, no, people really do not understand what just happened the past 4 years, and I'll make it quick because it's hard for people to comprehend this. The goal of the illegitimate Biden administration, starting from November of 2020, and prior to that, was for them to take down the last stronghold and bring in actual terrorists, actual gamers, actual ruthless killers, so they could activate them in a sense, kind of like MK Ultra, right? And get them to basically take down this country for the global elite. That was the goal. That was the goal.
Yeah, that's the fake Jews that run their country. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all of them with them. 13 families. I think Trump got 9 of them at the head of 9 of them. I don't know if he got the rest, but it's still more of them. They crazy. These people are sick.
The names have changed. Family names have changed. There's, there's just people talk about Elon Musk being like the richest guy in the world. He's not. I mean, Jim Rickards, who I watch, who talks about the 200 people that are probably more powerful than most people on the planet, and have more influence and control over a lot of things. These are the real cultist, crazy, predator pedophiles. These people are just sick, fucking crazy motherfuckers. And he talks about this, and he doesn't name a lot of names, but there are a lot of names out there. There's a few other people, but the thing I think people need to understand is COVID Event 201, as I had stated in the very beginning, was the proposal. There was a mass exodus in 2019 of a lot of CEOs that didn't want to jump aboard with this genocidal plan. Really Graceful brought that up. If you've seen Really Graceful, you ever seen her content?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, she's got a few good videos, but that's what when I was alerted to all these CEOs, and I looked it up. It was right. It was true. And then over time, I just started to prove unequivocally that their goal, and I've said it on here, and my channel hasn't gone down yet, that these globalist predator class sons of bitches, their goal is to get rid of about 2/3 of the planet's population and hoard the rest for themselves, because they can't. They
leave a lot of freaks on the earth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And no.
That's their agenda.
Yeah, and let the crazies kill themselves. That's basically what it is. Yeah. The shots, the vax, whatever. That's part of the process. It was just crazy. And it's hard for people to understand this. It's very hard. But I have so much freaking proof on this. It's crazy. I mean, I can't even. If anybody wants to see where I get my sources from and how I get my sources and everything, just leave a comment. I'll send you. There's a lot of information I've got on my blogs, a lot of information I got on my Facebook, on my Twitter. I can send you tons of links and data, and it's just overwhelming. I've got Google Slides that I've created too, which is really good. Google Slides, and I'll just show you a couple, just so you know. And I'm just showing these to the people on here. Is I break down intricately how the whole COVID and the thing happened in the elections and everything like that in 2020, 2019. I mean, I really break it down. Really. Go ahead.
Excuse me. Our president is at the UFC.
He's at the UFC. He's at the. He's at a fight.
Yeah, it's a fight tonight. I'm watching it now.
Nice. Nice. I might. You know what? I think I want to watch that. Honestly, I think I want to watch that.
Stream East Live. I watch it online. It's free. You can watch all kinds of sports.
On what?
Stream East Live. And then you got another one, Sports Surge. And then you got Crack Stream.
All right.
You can watch all sports and everything on these things.
Can you email me these? Or not email? I don't know. I got your email too.
Text you?
Yeah, just message me it. But I got, let me see. Here's the, let me just look at one. Like, I did this one on August 1st, 2024. Oh, that's the last time I touched it. Okay.
Elon Musk there, too.
Huh?
Those two are very intelligent.
It's intimidating. It's intimidating to them.
Shark Tank, she had a business, she said, when Trump was filing bankruptcy, and he needed money. She was like, he is a genius. He can tell when he know he can really make a deal with someone, how the Mandarin is running and all that. He said he's the only one I know that can do that. And he makes a deal. She said, I can't even do that.
It's.
Well, he got that book.
I want to read the
out.
book. I want to read the book.
Art of
The
War.
the art of the deal. The art that was one of Trump's bestsellers. Art of the Deal. And as I've said, ever since I knew this guy was not who the mainstream media portrayed him as. I said the guy just he would rather make a deal, and both sides get a little something than somebody getting nothing.
Yeah, he wants us to get something.
Yeah.
The American people, every time they interview him, he said, "Oh no, I'm not running. I'm just sitting back watching." He said, "I'm sitting back watching how the U.S. is going to turn out." So he's been keeping an eye on it. And somebody came to him and said, "Hey, you got to run. They're getting ready to take over our country."
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They were all these nutcases were coming
people,
out.
I said, you better get out of hating Trump. You just don't know what the hell we was gonna go through if he didn't get in there. You lose all your rights, your home, your money. You get a stipend. Control where to go to 5-minute cities.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to see your family.
That was crazy. Wasn't it
They
nuts?
think that's a joke, and it's not a joke.
That was real. That actually happened.
Yeah, that was happening. And I'm trying to find this video. He had a simulation of that. The guy, he was in his, he was home alone. He went out on the balcony in a drone robot. You don't have your mask on, so he went back into the apartment. Then the TV said a few things, and he got like 20,000, whatever. Mm. They charged him for everything. He had left was 20. He went out on the balcony and knocked the drone down and hauled tail. But I wish he had finished in this so I could see what happened. But he hauled tail from that place. That was crazy. It was a short thing. The TV said, you got to do this today, that today. I'm like, oh, no, I couldn't live like that. Control. Like total control of us.
Yeah, that's it. That was the goal. That's always been.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the hard part for people.
You know a store opened up here selling crickets and bugs.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, really? It needs to be shut down. Somebody's good, healthy for you. No, it's not.
It's not healthy.
That's what they wanted us to eat.
Yeah, it's terrible for you. Snorkel, and I had a show about it a few times. It's our body isn't made for that all the time. I mean,
no.
it can do it for a little bit, but eventually it's not going to work. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm showing right here dark winter exercise held at Andrews Air Force Base, Washington, D.C. on June 2nd, from June 22nd to 23rd, 2001, portrayed a fictional scenario depicting a covert smallpox attack on U.S. citizens. That was the proposal. Here's another one, Atlantic Storm. This happened in January 14th of 2005. Oh, by the way, yeah, Anthony Fauci was a part of all these. That was also a proposal.
Yeah, he's going to jail. He needs to be tortured.
Yeah,
I'm serious. He needs to be tortured. Is it too easy to just do jail time?
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk about violence on here. Just letting you know.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, that's wrong. Yeah. You just got your channel back. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
He just gets under my skin.
We want him to be, we don't want him to be tortured. We just want the proper channels of justice to come to his doorstep. Cloud X also, I'm showing Cloud X right here. That was also a proposal, right? And remember, we just defunded. Trump just defunded. He just defunded PBS, Public Broadcasting Network, that used to.
Oh yeah, because they the fake news too. They changed. We see how Sesame Street changed. I wouldn't let my grandkids watch that.
Yeah, it's
Trans on there, Billy Porter on there.
It's crazy. It's
what
crazy.
the hell?
Yeah. So what I pointed out a while back, and this is also what threw me for a loop, because I was saying, how do these people know what the fuck is going on here? is the exercise and virtual exercise hosted by the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation takes place Friday, October 18th, 2019, in New York City. Now check it out. Event 201 was held coincidentally 1 month before the announcement of this outbreak. Isn't that just a coincidence? And this lady talked. It's almost like they stepped on their own foot on this one, because she.
Yeah, Fauci did when he said that at the event when the new president coming in. He said there will be a pandemic, a virus, or a pandemic coming out under this administration. I said, how did he know? Because when all that shit came out, I said, this is all planned. This is a fraud. Ain't nobody falling out and dying, dropping dead in the street from no damn COVID. Can't even see it under a microscope.
Yeah, we got to be careful. Just letting you know.
I'm
just saying.
We didn't take tests for common cold.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, then all the people that endorsed, we got. I've got tons of information on this. I'm not calling anything.
I'm not suicidal.
We're not suicidal. We're not calling COVID a fraud. We're not calling COVID a. We do believe that the vaccines are safe and effective, and we're shaking our head yes at the same time, for sure, which I'm not. But anyway, and then there's just so many indicators of how that happened. I've also got, and I'm showing the slides. I don't know if you can see it where you're at, but I'm showing. There's just so much information, especially how the flu, and you can call it that. You can call it flu-19 or whatever you want to call it. You just can't say you're calling it and say the word and then you're calling that. But anyway, but I think they've been letting up on a lot of stuff. So hospitals, nursing homes.
Trump ain't for that. We gotta have free speech. How you got shut? I'm like, they destroyed that White House.
Oh, it was disgusting.
There's no respect for it.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
No respect.
Disgusting, terrible stuff. It was amazing. Yeah, I all I'm saying with what we just went through in the past 4 years is, for my channel, this is for me. Had they not taken down my channel, would I have been bigger than Convo Couch? Would I have, you see what I'm saying? Because Convo Couch didn't even talk about it. There were, I mean, who else was it? Nico House. He didn't even bring it up. The guy from RT, the comedian, Redacted Tonight. He actually praised it.
Camp.
Yeah, Lee Camp. He actually praised it. And then we saw Graham Elwood just jump in the full-on COVID boat, right? And there I am trying to warn, alert, and tell everybody, just don't fucking just stop. Don't take it. It means what I'm talking about, right? And people did. And I think I spent like $80-something on chats trying to tell Jimmy Dore not to stay away from it. But Stephanie Zimmerano or whatever, his wife, she would read it and go, "Oh, really? Do you have to bring that?" or something like that. I'm like, "Wait, no. I said, I'm serious. This is real. Just don't take it." And sure enough, he's had problems. It's been bad. The whole thing is just, it's just what I said. Blah, 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 blah. Academia has been under the control of the globalists for a long time. Mainstream media is still feeding your brain junk and crap and poison still to this day. Even Fox News to this day is still messing up. And the goal was to corral everybody, to put everybody in this corral to get them into the slaughterhouse. And that's what people didn't understand and some of it worked. Oh, Jordan, stop it. Hey, Jordan, how you doing, buddy? I'm surprised Snork isn't here. Maybe Because I'm on both. I'm on my old channel too. Maybe he's on my old channel. Yeah.
Do you follow those soldiers from the former soldiers, Navy soldiers from the ship USS Liberty?
No. Which one?
You should, because Israel hit that ship,
Because I'm
and
on
those
both.
soldiers
I'm
were
on
threatened not to say anything.
Uh-huh.
Israel by Lyndon B. Johnson because he was a cross-dresser
Yeah.
and he didn't want it out.
Yeah, he was.
And they threatened the soldiers not to say nothing. They have a YouTube page. It's some survivors, but a lot of them, they killed like 100-something soldiers on that naval ship.
Oh,
They
wow.
want justice.
Yeah. We all do. We want it. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not coming swift enough. DC Drano and a cat turd. They're like, come on, man. Just give us somebody, for God's sakes. Right? Just give us some congressional criminal, because there's a bunch of them out there you can pick from. But I mean, I love the fact that Cash Patel is going after the cartels and all the drug fentanyl. Thank you. That's good. I love it. You know, and then, but we want to see the real players that are, you know, helping all this craziness happen. But Dan Bonadingo said the other day, if you don't think we're doing what you want us to do, I'm telling you now, it's moving. And then somebody else, I think it was Pam Bondi or somebody that works with Pam Bondi. Was it Matt? I think it was Matt Gaetz. He said I think it was Matt. I'm pretty sure it was Matt Gaetz. In a quick soundbite, you got to put it together right. It's going to take time. You can't just throw it out there like the freaking Demoncrats did. They just throw out whatever they can fucking find. Russiagate, you know, collusion crap that was baloney. And I can't believe fucking Adam Schiff is still backing that. And they're still backing the J6 stuff too. It's just fucking it's amazing.
You go to prison for deleting that J6 information.
Yeah, Liz Cheney but but here's the problem for her is she thought she deleted it, right? Because they don't know computers like Elon Musk's,
Right. Yeah.
you know,
repeat
big
a lot,
balls.
they deleted.
Yeah, big balls group. Yeah, they fucking. I am telling you, these guys are fucking on it. You're worth over $200 billion. You have at your disposal probably, and you've sifted through the greatest, best alpha hackers, computer scientists that anybody would ever have. Russia doesn't have these people. China doesn't have these people. You know, Iran or Iraq or Israel or nobody fucking has these people. He does.
But we got a lot of catching up with to do with technology because they are advanced.
They're way ahead of us.
They spend less money than we do for defense.
Yeah. Here's what's interesting that a lot of the Demoncratic supporters don't get, and I've said this on my Facebook. You guys really don't know who you're dealing with this time around. They have no idea. They don't. Nope. And you've got these people, and I'm telling you, you've got death threat after death threat after death threat out of death in situations of death, remarks in regards to somebody dying. You know what I'm saying? Constantly, and if you don't think these people know who you are, and if you don't think they have an algorithm or an AI or Grok or whatever is scanning all this stuff, then you're just as dumb as the fucking Biden administration is or was. Right?
And they should have had the Secret Service go after Stephen Colbert because he said on his show the deep state need to do something with Trump.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to come out. They're just preparing it all. Look. I told Chadwick or Chad that's been on our channel. I forgot Chad's last name. But Sir Chad, right? We call him Sir Chad.
Yeah.
He and Zach Moore are creating what's called the Emerald Party. And I'm like, well, good luck, because I don't know if there's going to be any parties left after this.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be any parties left now.
I don't think so. I think, and I'm going to allude to that in a second, but they're trying to get a party. I said, well, it's probably a good time because there ain't going to be no freaking no Democratic Party after 2026. I'm telling you right now. But what
they done.
this is what I keep also telling people, and I've said it a few times, because Trump has said this because he's one of the biggest fans, probably the biggest fan of George Washington. And George Washington was adamantly against parties. It's polarizing. It hurts. Go ahead. He just and I think we may have. I don't know, man. It might just be a bunch of independents out there, just fighting for their state. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. I'm so sick of the party crap.
Is so sick and demonic. That party.
It's terrible. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff that's happening.
People are calling them Diddycrats, because a lot of them was at them parties. I can't wait to get the whole list from that one.
Yeah.
Politicians. Eric Adams got lucky. His charges was dropped.
Yeah. Crazy.
I'm quite sure he was there.
Yeah, there's going to be so much. It's going to be nuts. But you remember back in like a Thanksgiving in 2021, 2022, they were telling us, don't go to Thanksgiving and spend time with your families. Avoid.
Yeah, I went around my family. I ain't give a fuck what they said.
Yeah, now this is.
They was around people with no social distancing, no mask on, talking, ha ha ha, laughing. Bert wouldn't visit her family. I'm like, the nerve.
The nerve. Crazy. They were telling us.
I was telling people during this incident, I said, y'all don't need to wear them. They're not wearing masks. They need to practice what they preaching. And even my governor was quoted a hot mic. Yeah, this mask wearing is all off theater. And it made me ask them what they mean by that. They wouldn't answer.
Yeah, it was all theater. But they were also saying, avoid singing or shouting. Keep music levels down. Limit alcohol. Don't have fun. Stay. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that pissed me off. They want to control our lives.
And that, by the way, I have the clip. It's up now. I don't know if you're looking at it. That was on Fox News, telling us that. So yeah, and we know that Trump doesn't have the greatest relationship with Fox News. I'm telling you right now. He's gone at it with them a few times, right? Remember? A few times.
I can't stand Hannity.
Yeah, that guy's he's such a obvious.
He's wishy-washy.
He's wishy-washy. He's all over the freaking place.
I know, I used to watch some of Hannity and Combs. I like Combs. They got him so big of him. He left that show.
Yeah.
But he rest in peace. He died from cancer.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff that's coming out. The thing that...
My favorite cousin passed away from it. He got this stage 4 fast cancer.
I know.
A couple of years ago.
It's called... what are they calling it now? It's called... fast cancer? No, there's another word. Extreme... God, it'll come to me, but that happened to somebody I know, very close to me, one of my relatives, yeah, as well, and it was just.
She had just turned 6 right before her birthday.
Oh man, yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
She was mowing the lawn, and it was a nice day. It wasn't hot or cold, and she collapsed on in the lawn.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I don't want to stay on that topic because if we start to say things that could, I got to be careful. But here's what I'm showing now, which is very interesting, is Jack Black. Right?
What about Jack Black.
Well, remember, I mean, he was just in the movie, and look, there's something going on with. I mean, SNL just did this gigantic production like a month ago, where they showed Satan and all this other stuff, and I mean, I've never seen a theatrical set that they created that had more. It was so elaborate. It's like they brought in millions and maybe millions of dollars in people to create these costumes. You know, usually it's kind of cheesy. You know, stuff's kind of faked, but I mean, this was extremely elaborate. I mean, and it was talking about Satan and all this other stuff, and then Jack Black recently did it.
Mercy. They've been putting that on TV for a long time.
Oh yeah, totally. Just tons of it. It's just nuts.
Even when they be put them singers and stuff be performing, they be putting them symbols with their hands and stuff. That's why I don't watch it no more.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's getting bad. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yep, they just out in the open.
And the thing is it's not a joke. It's really pretty disgusting. Very
They
bad
demonic.
stuff. That's why I call them Demoncrats. There's a reason why I call them Demoncrats.
Organs, everything. They do everything.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
They sick. And the Masons and all that crap is involved too.
Yeah,
That was
possibly.
created here, 1920 something. It's a creepy, look like a castle right on Broad Street. And I always said as a kid walking by, I said that place looks so creepy. It looks really eerie.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that's where the Masons started in the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they use black folks to cover for them.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm showing the production that they had. It's pretty nuts, man.
I've been stopped watching SNL. They changed. And I remember a skit from Mr. Rogers.
Those are
I
my
think
favorite.
he knew. He said, when a boy is born a boy, he's a boy. When a girl is born a girl, she's a girl. I said, he knew something back then. Because it's been playing for decades. Playing for decades. And then I had that, I don't know if you saw this old movie. It was called Sleepaway Camp. Came out in the 80s. It was a woman, she was a doctor. She had twins. One was a girl, one was a boy. The girl died in a horrific accident. And she changed her son's feature for her daughter's face and sent them to camp. And she was around the camp killing pigs. And at the end, she was naked, and you saw she had a penis. Yep. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
Yeah, but I was like, man, I thought back to that, I said, they were showing something like that, what they was going to do then, in that movie. They put stuff in movies, and you have to pay attention to that, just watch it for entertainment, but sometimes they have a message in there. Because his mother was a doctor, too.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I think it's a real problem in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, it is. It's demonic.
Is a group of really sick, demonic, sick fucks that believe that that's just the way to go, and they make light of it. And I mean, this whole skit, I'll just walk. I'm just going to show you. This girl goes to this little cafe, lies or something like that, and then they end up bringing in all these horned people and the devil and all this other stuff, draped in this, that, and the other thing. And they, let me see if I can share it. Would you be able to see it if I share it?
I see it. They want you to worship the devil.
Oh, you see it? You see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So the thing is, then they end up stealing her abducting her and putting her in a cage.
They showing you what they do.
They're showing us what they do.
Yeah,
That's
they,
it.
They don't hide it no more.
They don't hide it. It's really sickening. It's really sickening. And it's not funny. It's not funny. There was nothing funny about that. As a matter of fact, when I was watching it, some people were kind of getting freaked out. You could, in the beginning, it's kind of jovial. Somebody comes out, there's something skit, but it kept going and going. It got darker and darker and darker. And
that's how they hypnotize people with subliminal messages.
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
That's why you got the crazies out here.
Oh my gosh.
People already have something wrong when they see that crap.
That's nuts. Holy mackerel. I can't believe I got so many. I got Jesse Ventura. I'm just going back in all of my old videos.
I guess Jesse been catching planes again because he didn't catch planes till I forgot what he called the TSA. I was rolling. He said till they get, he called them pedophiles or something till they get out of the airport. I was cracking up.
Yeah, because they grab you. They grab you. They're a bunch of sick fucks.
Yeah, because I remember one family, they were really rubbing all on their kids. That's like sexual molestation you trying to do to my kid.
It's crazy. So I'm going back. Oh, they're out there. There's a bunch of fucking sick fucks out there.
It is. And Walt Disney, I'm glad I never took my kids there. Because that ain't nothing but pedophile island.
Yeah.
Ashcots got arrested. They filling on children, judges and stuff out in Florida. It's the sheriff out there. He be getting them.
Look at this. You can't. You know how I got 391 videos that these people tried to take away from me. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. There's.
At least you didn't lose all your videos, because some people did.
There were some that were removed. Like right here, it says right here, Scamdemic, Plandemic. One of those was removed. And they're showing about one big pharma, good, healthy stuff, bad, There's a few of them. These are the ones that got me taken off that have been taken off. I think I could still download those. Let me see. Nope, I can't. They're delete. I might be able to get them back. I think I was able to save a few of these, but man, I'm telling you, I go way back here. Because I started this. Anyway, all I'm saying is I'm just glad I got it back. My butt's getting sore. I've been on for a little while now. I just want to say, Cheryl, thank you very much for coming on. It's probably every Saturday. I'm going to be on from now on the old channel. Hopefully this particular video won't get pulled, right? I don't know. Do you get a mark after you won your appeal? Because I'm not showing that I have any strikes. They may have just put it back on and gave me my, I don't know. All I know is I really believe it because I put in there, my violation of my First Amendment rights in my appeal, right? And I think a lot of people are saying
that's how you won, because if it was still under the Biden administration, you wouldn't have got it back.
Yeah, for sure. I would have been.
They don't believe in the First Amendment. Yeah. What they say? Well, Obama said the Constitution out there. No, it's not, motherfucker. That was put there for a reason.
That's right.
And the people in the what's that? They locked them down, took their guns. What country was that? Remember? They locked them down and took their guns. They talked them out of giving up their guns. Australia. That's one of the 5 lies.
Oh, yeah.
That guy said, we didn't have a constitution. The United States people over there, they lucky they have one. Because we wouldn't have never gave up our guns.
Australia's, that's why Australia's done. That's why Canada's pretty much done. That's why Australia's pretty much done. That's why France is on his way out the door. Italy, there's so many other countries out there. But what's going to happen is the Trump administration and the cabinet, I'm going to leave with this. They're actually creating a better wave for us to be free with. In other words, and that wave, more countries are going to ride it. More people are going to understand, hey, I want to be able to grow my own food and have better food. We got Food Babe. We got JFK taking fucking poison out of our food.
Get that bioengineer stuff out, 'cause they putting that in all products. You got to look at the package in the back on the bottom, because it don't be in the ingredients. I remember I saw an article that said, well, we're not going to name it GMO. We're going to make it bioengineered products.
Yeah.
It be right on the bottom of the package.
Yeah. And
I don't buy it.
Yeah. The stupidest thing I've ever heard is when organic came out. I was like, isn't a banana organic?
Well, but that's the food we grew up off of. It was being poisoned, but they took it to a whole nother level later, decades later.
Yeah.
People getting cancer from food.
Yeah.
And people like, you going to quit smoking or you going to quit eating? You're going to get cancer from food.
My grapes that I eat, and I recommend this for everybody, and I tell everybody, when you buy fruit, especially grapes or even vegetables, you want to dip them in baking soda. And I'm telling you, you'll feel the difference. Like if you take an apple from the grocery store, wash it in some baking soda and water, like a teaspoon, like 3 or 4 teaspoons per every gallon, right? And you just swish it around, you'll start to see this residue of oily stuff come up to the top. And then before you put that apple in, kind of put your thumb across it and try to make it squeak. It doesn't squeak. But as soon as you take it out after that baking soda, all of a sudden it squeaks. Squeak, 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 squeak. And you know there's crap on this stuff. It's all over it.
Well, you got to make sure you don't get Bill Gates food, because that stuff can't be washed off with anything. And
that motherfucker needs to be in jail. That guy just needs to be.
Trump is investigating him.
Right now.
Trump got the FBI investigating him.
There's a bunch. I put my disclaimer back up.
He's a sick puppy. All because you're a millionaire, you have to go do that to people? You don't even have a PhD. And I think India has a lawsuit against them to sterilize them kids out there, them girls.
Yeah, everywhere. It's the things that he's done, the Nuremberg Code, just all the atrocities against humanity. This guy's just got a laundry list. It's bad. But anyway,
and you think he got into that after he got in trouble with the government, the antitrust law, and he disappeared. Then all he came back and he said, "I'm this philanthropist." They make that an evil word because that's supposed to be to do good things. And he's doing evil.
It's the NGOs that ruined it. All these national governmental organizations are just bullshit. They're just money laundering scams. We're going to get into more of that in the future. I'm going to be on a few times, I think, this week. I'm just totally stoked that I still have a channel, or my channel came back. And hopefully, and I'm saying, and everybody that was here before that sees my channel, come on if you have any questions or anything. And because I have 58 people on my latest channel. And then now, all of a sudden, I'm on my old channel. I got 391 subscribers. Yeah. It actually went up to about 574, I think, was my last count back in the day. But that was 4 years ago, so I'm stoked. I got people coming back. Hopefully, they've waken up. Hopefully, they've found Jesus and woke the hell up.
Whatever happened to independent outsider?
Yeah, I talked about that earlier. He got mad at me for talking smack about the vax and all this other crap. So anyway, I haven't heard. Yeah, a lot of people just went south. A lot of that guy Bob that used to come on here, he went south.
It's a shame. That book of friendship, marriages. You can't go to my wedding if you don't get it, and I won't be attending. And I won't even send a gift.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if you're gonna make me take that fucking genocidal poison, I'm not coming.
No, no.
It's like telling somebody to put a gun to your head. That's weird, Now
listen to this. I was gonna go to gay bingo, right?
Yeah.
So in order to come, you had to have it. I'm like, y'all forgot what happened to you in the 80s during the HIV crisis? What the Fauci did to you? It's a video of y'all hollering out outside the CDC telling them to come now. Y'all are pissed off. Because he killed thousands of gays.
Exactly.
I said, what, people have selective memory? That wasn't long ago.
It was just like
And that movie and the band played on, that was an excellent movie.
Yeah.
Judy Mikovich had something to do with that.
Yep.
Yeah. I said, that ain't happened long ago. Now you're a Tuskegee Airman.
Do you remember the movie Philadelphia with Tom Hanks?
Yup.
Nothing got bad until he went to the doctors.
You right.
And that's what happened to everybody else. That's actually the truest part of that movie, is that nothing was really bad until you checked in. And then it got severely worse, pretty much for everybody. Anyway, I'm going to get going. Go ahead.
I said, Judy Mikovich saved a lot of black male lives, and they're in their AIDS crisis.
I know.
And she's locked up in prison for 10 years with no damn charges.
It's almost like there was a minority group that was targeted. Does it seem that way?
Yeah.
Does it seem that way?
Yeah, man. When JFK mentioned that, they said, you're being racist. No, he wasn't. He's telling the truth. Because when Bill Gates and his wife were sitting together, she said, first we're going to give it to the medical staff. Then we were going to give it to the blacks. Why y'all always wanting to experiment on us?
Oh, my God. I know, man. It's just, you know, and then Crockett's out there just making a fool of herself. It's just...
She is one ratchet. She makes decent black women look really bad.
Yeah,
That's
and it's
why
going to
she
get
ain't got
worse.
no man.
And it's going to get worse.
And she wasn't like that before. I saw an interview of her when she was a representative in the state for her state, calm, cool, and collected. She would not talk like that. Well, I guess you got to change and act like that to become a Democrat.
Yeah. And you can't assault a journalist's camera. By the way, you can't. And she did. She obviously did. I thought it was a joke at first, but it really happened. Anyway, I got to go. My butt's sore.
All right.
I mean, I've been sitting here for a long time. I don't mind sitting, but every once in a while I got to get up every once in a while. Cheryl, thank you for being on. I'll send you an invite next time.
You're welcome.
And we'll get some more people back on Monotalk. Hopefully they'll see this and come back.
Walmart has these cushion seats called Grip. I got me one. They're too comfortable.
I just got I've got a pillow. I've got a pillow under mine. But I just need more. This chair is not. I've had better chairs. That's all I gotta say. If my chair's too good, I'll fall asleep. Anyway, thank you. Good talking with you. Take care. Stay in touch. Aloha. Bye bye.